Alrighty, I am back. This is Thursday. This is for Thursday, and it is for April 2nd. I am so confused. When I start doing things ahead of schedule, I get very confused, so I apologize for the titles I've put on there, but whatever. This is Thursday. They all do say Thursday, so do Thursdays on Thursday. And it is time for math. So thinking caps on. Ears are listening, eyes are looking. I am looking at you. I know that you are having trouble paying attention, so just put a positive attitude on. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So he's going to strengthen you to do this math video, so just pay attention. All right, what do we have here? We are going to count by hundreds. When we are counting by hundreds, what place changes? Does the ones place change? The tens place or the hundreds place? When you are counting by hundreds, the hundreds place is what changes. So I just want you to count by 100 and tell me what to write. So after 100, what do we put? 200, that was messy. What comes after 100, 200? Yep. 300. 400. What comes next? 500. We could keep going, but we don't have to. This one doesn't start at 100. It starts at 400. So what comes after 400? If you're not sure, just take a peek up here. 400, 500. Got to use your resources. 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. Okay, so you've got some boxes to fill in like that today. Eyes on me. All right, what's going on right here? So first of all, we've got to figure out what this number is. So let's see if we can count it. What are these? Hundreds? Yes. So how many of them do I have? 100, 200. So I'm just going to put ones, tens, hundreds. So I know I've got 200 in that hundreds place. How many tens do I have? 10, 20, 30, 40. So I'm going to put that in the tens place. I have 4 tens. That means 40. And then in the ones, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What number have we written? Sorry, I didn't know you couldn't see that. 245. All right, now these blocks are adding one more, one more, one more, one more, one more. So what are we counting by? Hundreds, tens, or ones? How many is added each time? One more, one more, one more. We're counting by ones. So if you're at 245, let's just start back at 240. Sometimes it's easier that way. 240, 241, 242, 243, 244, 245, 240, 246, 247. What comes next? 248, 249. Uh-oh. What comes next? 250. I'm going to have to change my tens because I got to the end of that family. Now I'm at the 250. So you're going to have a problem like that today. Alrighty. Let's turn this paper over. I'll clear it off. And let's do it again. Let's see if we can figure out what this number is. We got ones, we've got tens, and we've got, ones, tens, and hundreds. So ones, tens, and hundreds. So I'm going to have a number in each spot. So how many hundreds do I have? That's right, 1. How many tens do I have? 3 tens. That means 30. How many ones do I have? 8. What is this number? 138. Now what are we counting by? There's one more, one more, one more, one more, one more. We're counting by ones. Very good. So if we're at 138, Do you know what would come next? Let's back up a little bit. 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, 140, 141, 142, 143. So that's pretty easy, huh? You're just counting by ones. Cat is back. So you're counting by ones because it shows you adding one dot. So you just keep counting. And back up a little bit if you can't think from where you are. Like if you're at 142 and you don't know what comes next, just start back at 140. You don't have to start back at 1 and count all the way. Just back up a little bit, and that helps people a lot. So on this one, you're going to have a problem like this. So we've got to figure out what this is. So I see ones, I see tens, and I see hundreds. So how many numerals how many numbers am I going to have? I'm going to have 3 numbers. So we've got 100, 200, 300. Put that in the hundreds place. That shows me that I have 3 hundreds. I have 2 tens, or I have 10, 20. This 2 in this place means I have 20. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 ones. So this shows me 4, this shows me 20, this shows me 300 because it's our own little math language and it shows us by what place it's in. So we have 324. All right, so all they want you to do is separate it out. 100, 200, 300. What does that look like by itself? It looks like 300. If you didn't have anything else with it, it would be 300. And what are the 2 sticks? What do they mean? 10, 20. So it means 20. And then what do the ones mean? 1, 2, 3, 4. It means 4. What they're trying to get you to do is to understand. It's not my favorite way to teach you how to understand it, but what they're trying to get you to do is see when you have a big number like this, it's made up of 300 plus 20 plus 4. All they're trying to get you to do is to see what the value is depending on what place it's in. But we already know that because we know if it's in the ones place, it means it's got little dots or little cubes. If it's in the tens place, it'll have sticks of 10. If it's in the hundreds place, it'll have plates of 100. And that's when you're building with your place value blocks. So that's what we have in math today. I just want to look at it briefly with you. So if you will get out your math page, and I have it right here, up at the top. What are we doing? We are counting by hundreds. So it's going to be 100, 200, 300. Are you looking? 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. What comes after 900? 1,000. All right, on this one, you're going to be counting by ones because they're adding 1 dot, 1 dot, 1 dot, 1 dot. So first of all, you've got to figure out this number, and you've got to write it down right here. And then just start counting. If you need to back up in your head a little bit, say it was 127. What could you back up to? You could back up to 125 or even 120. And count up, and then just keep on counting and keep writing it down. Same thing here. This one, you're going to figure out what this number is. So we have 100, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 241, 242, 243. So that's what you're going to have in there. And then you're going to separate it out. So in 243, how many hundreds are there? I see 200. Okay, so you're just going to write it out like that. How many tens are there? Well, there's 4 tens, so I know that means 40. 4 tens is 40. And then how many ones? 3 ones. Okay, don't try to work ahead. Pause your video if you want to stop and do that before I continue talking. Because if I'm just talking and the video's running but you're not watching, when you get to that part, you're not going to know what to do. And then you're going to say, Mama, Mama, Mama. Mama's going to be like, what? Aren't you listening to your video? All right, so here we are doing what this is right here. So we're going to do this one together. Tear that page off. I have a number right here. First of all, we need to figure out what this number is. Eyes on the board, eyes on the board. Alert, 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 alert. So this is, we have ones, we have tens, and we have hundreds. So we're going to need 3 numbers, because if you have 100, that means you've got 3 numbers. So that is 2 ones, 1 10, and 100. What number does that make? 112. Now what is 1 more than 112? If you're counting 110, 111, 112, 113. You're changing the ones place. This one says 10 more. What place needs to change when we're adding 10, 10, 10, 10 more? The tens place needs to change. So it's going to go up counting by tens. So if this is 112 and you're counting by tens and you're going to go up, you're going to have 122. If you don't know that, you can draw it out. One group of hundreds, add 2 tens because it already has 1 10 and 2 ones. That's 100, 110, 120, 121, 122. So on your worksheet, they have a place for you to draw it out. So if you need to draw it out, you can. All right, now it says 100 more. So I'm just going to add another 100. 100, 200. Whoops, not to this one. Sorry, to this one. 100, 200, 210, 211, 212. So I started out with 112, but I added another 100. So my hundreds place changes. 200, 100, because it says 100 more. All right, now we're going to go through all of the less. So I'm going to put this piece of paper up here. Whoopsie, my paper dropped. Just give me a second to get it fixed. All right. It's not showing me the less. All right, we'll get it. So the one we had at first was 112. 112. This one says go down 1 less. So if you were on a number line and you backed up 1 spot in front of 112, what would it be? 110, 111, 112. 1 less would be 111. If you want to draw it out, you can. And just do one of little 1. Because the other one had 2 ones. Now this one has 1 1. So it's 111. Now it says 10 less. So I'm going to draw the same picture. And I have one group of 10 and 2 ones. That's 112. I'm going to mark out my 10. But I still need 3 numbers because I have 100. So I have a 2 and a 0 and a 1. 102. Okay, so that's 10 less. Now it says do 100 less. So I'm going to do the same number again because that's what we're working with. One group of 100, 1 stick of 10, and 2 ones. It says do 100 less. 100 less. So I'm going to mark out the 100, take it away, and now I just have 10, 11, 12. Now I just have 12. Okay, so you're going to have some work like that. This is review. We've been doing this all week, so I'm expecting that you're getting good at it. I know that you are. And if not, you can go back and look at the videos or your worksheets, and you can just do more problems that are the same, and you will get it. So right here we have 114 because we have 100, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114. So if it says 1 more, you're going to go up 1. So what place is going to change? The ones place is going to change because you're going to add 1 more little cube to it. So if you're having trouble, get your place value blocks out. Do 100 and 1 stick of 10 and 4 ones, and then put 1 more cube out. This one says put 10 more out. So you're going to have 114 built, and you're going to get another stick of 10 and have 2 sticks of 10. So you'll have 100, 2 10s, and 4 ones. Okay? And then this one says you got to do 100 more. So if you've got 114 and you put 2 red plates of 100 out, you have 1 plate out and you put another one out, you'll end up with 200 plates. So you've got 200, 210, 214. Okay? So I want you to do these problems by yourself. Use your place value blocks if you need to. Or if you don't want to get the place value box out, you can just draw it. They give you room to draw it. But sometimes it's easier if you just get the place value blocks and do it, okay? And just do what it says. If it says 1 more, use 1 more yellow cube. If it says use 10 more, use another stick of 10. If it says 100 more, another square of 100. But if it says less, then you've got to take away what it tells you to take away. On the next one, it says greater than, less than. So the alligator is very greedy. He wants to eat the biggest number, put his big old mouth, to the big number. And then you've got some addition. Add the 1s, add the 10s, add the 100s. And you are done. You are done. And this is the last day, and you're going to get a break, and it's going to be woohoo! Party City. All right. I'm going to shut this down, and I'm going to post it, and then we are going to do... We are going to do geography, and then we are going to do science, and then we are going to call it done. All right, so I'm going to shut it off. I'll see you in a minute.